Hi, Aries. So let's do a 4-layered spread to try to capture as much of the energy around you today as we can. So I have 3 tarot decks and 1 oracle deck that we will use to do that. So we have Temperance, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, the Hermit, 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Under this deck is the Hanged Man. So Aries, I can already tell, you know what, the star popped out, so we're going to take that. I can already tell that this is going to be a love reading, so let's prepare for that. So then we have the Chariot, the Fool, 6 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Wands. Under this deck is 3 of Wands. Then we'll take 6 of these big picture oracle cards. So we have the Scythe, the Train, the Rider. That represents you. Interesting. We'll see what that means. The Man, the Clover, and underneath this deck is the Child. And then I'm going to take 2 more tarot cards. Okay, the Hermit flipped out, and we saw the Hermit here, so we're going to take that. Okay, so then we have the 2 of Cups again, and the 8 of Cups again underneath this deck. So what I have from the surface energy so far, Aries, before we really get into this is someone who I feel like you share a mutual love with. You love them, they love you, or at least the feelings are matched. The feelings are the same. It's very mutual feelings. But I do feel like there has certainly been some kind of a separation between the 2 of you. Maybe even someone ran, and therefore there's been no growth or no new growth in the situation. I feel like your person is the one who kind of detached. At least they detached first. You may have detached secondarily, once they did, but I get the sense that your person was the runner. I can't help but notice that this child is running down the beach too. So I never have read the Child card that way. But in this case, I feel like your person ran, and this relationship scared the bejesus out of them. But I also get with the Child that there could be a fresh start coming. I see the Wheel of Fortune here. So I also feel like, Aries, that there's a shift coming in the energy. I'm also seeing a vision, and I get this vision a lot, but it applies here for sure, I think anyway, where you see like a flower blooming, but before the flower blooms, it has to start as a seed in the middle of the dirt, and then it has to work its way up. Like the roots have to work their way up, and then the stem has to break its way through the dirt, and then finally the leaves grow, and then finally you get this really beautiful blooming flower. Anyway, I hope I did a good job of describing that to you, but I think you understand that that's the feeling that this relationship is giving me, that it feels like you had to really work hard. Things could have gotten dirty. You had to push through. You had to keep going in order to get to a really beautiful spot. So I feel like that lack of growth that you thought you were experiencing was not really a lack of growth. It's just you can't see the roots forming under the dirt until everything starts to come through. So there is this image and a strong feeling of a lot of effort and a lot of digging through the dirt to get to something beautiful. I think you're on your way with the Child card, and the Wheel of Fortune, but let's really get into the specifics. So we have the 2 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Man, and the 2 of Cups. So there could be an energy that exists between the 2 of you. With the 2 of Pentacles and the Man, this can sometimes be like multitasking different people in your life, different energies. So Obviously, it doesn't have to be another romantic person, but you or your person or both of you could be dealing with external people from the relationship. So for example, you could be dealing with exes, you could be dealing with parents, you could be dealing with siblings, you could be dealing with children. So make that make sense for you, but it feels like there is a lack of full attention on both of your parts put into this relationship because of some other relationships make that make sense for you. But this wheel is here. I love that this wheel is here because it feels like there's some new inspiration coming into the relationship, especially when I see the Two of Cups. So I feel like you're both kind of inspired to, or are both kind of inspired to continue to work towards each other. I think that if your person was running, they've had some time to think about it with the Hanged Man, that it could have been because they ran away, that of course there was a stop in the action. But I think the act of them running away is what had them grow, but you just couldn't see it because it was happening underneath the surface, like that flower that starts out as a seed and the roots start to grow, but you don't see it until you do. I feel like that's what this Wheel of Fortune is telling me, that if they separated from you, which it looks like they did, that was their time to really grow and become enlightened. And I think that's why there's going to be a better start. It seemed like it was a false start at first, but this time it feels like it's going to be better because of the growth that they have experienced due to the fact that they ran away. So in their feelings, they have the Eight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So they know that they were the cause of this. And I think that they feel like they want to ask you for help, because I think they see you as more evolved and more spiritually grown up than they are. And so I really do feel like they know that you bring them happiness. They know you bring them joy. There's even kind of a playful energy coming off of the Six of Pentacles, where they just want to be able to enjoy you, but they don't really know how to do that because they get so overwhelmed by this Eight of Cups energy that they want to detach, they want to run, they want to move away. But they have learned that moving away from you and detaching from you is worse than the overwhelm that they feel of being in the relationship with you. So it does feel to me like they want to ask you for help. And it's interesting because we got the card that represents you in their actions. So this Ten of Cups, it's like they know that you bring them a Ten of Cups. They know how much joy and how much just absolute fun and fulfillment and all of those things that come with the Ten of Cups. They know how much you give to them. So that's why they want to, it's almost like they want to emulate you, because we get the Six of Pentacles where they want to ask you for help, but they want to give to you because this is in their card or their position of actions. It feels like they want to almost just copy you and do what you do because they know how you make them feel. They want to make you feel that same way. So in your feelings, you have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Well, you have set up a boundary. You want to keep fighting for this person, but you also don't want to overgive. And I feel like in the past, that's what was happening, that you were overgiving in this situation because your person was overwhelmed by it, ran, but now they're back and they want to give what you gave. They want to be able to give this to you, but now they've come back. You're different. You're a different person now. You have had to overcome obstacles with this person. You've had to find time. You've had to figure out how to spend time on your own because they were over here in the Eight of Cups, detached from the whole situation. So I think you've maintained a lot of gratitude for the situation, but I think you are a different person than you were when you perhaps were overgiving. So in your actions, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Clover. So this is really saying that you sort of feel like you've run out of luck in this situation. So you are not giving anything, which I believe is fair. I think that's a fair position for you to be in, Aries, for you to just understand that it's time for you to maybe focus on yourself, keep your boundaries high. And it's because of the way this person treated you in the past. I think that you are doing the right thing, in my own personal opinion, that if someone burns you, that you can't really come back in the same energy. Of course, you're going to be more guarded. Of course, you're going to side eye them and say, well, okay, well, are you coming in differently this time? Because I don't have any reason to think that you are. And so, but that's what I feel from you on your side. But your person is and has, I believe, intention, because we're about to get to that, but they want to give to you what you give to them. And I think you're going to start seeing that. And I think that's why this wheel is here and the child is here, because I think your person has finally been enlightened enough to know what they have to do in order to make this situation better and to be able to keep you. Because with the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles on your side, that's a feeling of you slipping away from them. So, and they see you exactly like that. They see you as their 10 of Pentacles, but with a scythe. So they know they are in grave danger of losing everything with you. This 10 of Pentacles represents the life they want to have with you, the legacy, the longevity, the stability, the history that they want to make with you. They want to rise above all of this stuff that they caused in the past, all this strife that they caused in the past, because they know that you are part of their purpose. We never see the 10 of Pentacles unless there's a purpose involved. But they know with this scythe that you are at risk. So I feel like they are seeing you very clearly. They know that you have one foot out the door and you're side-eyeing them. So you see them as the 6 of Pentacles and the Rider. So you see them correctly too, because that's why you're still here. It's why you still have one foot in the door, is because you see them coming towards you in a way that they are asking you for help. They're saying, I would love to do this better this time. I would love to be able to come towards you in the way that you deserve. I would love to come towards you in the way that you have always come towards me. But what they're saying is, I don't know how to do that. And I need to help me reinvent myself so I can become a better version of myself. And you see them as that. So I think you're both reading the room correctly. You both see each other exactly right. And I think it's because we have this 2 of Cups here, that you have such a mutual bond. You have such a strong love for each other that you pay attention, you listen to each other, you learn from each other. And I think that's really what's happening. In your person's intentions, we have Temperance and the Star. So your person wants this. Your person wants to heal. Your person, if this is a feeling that your person would give you the world, your person would bend over backwards and do backflips and all of those things that someone would do to make sure that they do not lose you. They want to compromise. They want to heal. They want to become a better version. They want to grow. They want to evolve. We're getting Temperance and the Star in their intentions. I don't really think you can get better intentions than that. They want to bring you the most authentic version of themselves because they know you are their person, but they can feel themselves losing you because of all their shenanigans in the past. In your intentions, you have the Hermit and the Fool. So you're holding back. You are not afraid to make a new start with this person. We see the Fool and the Child, but you're not doing anything about that. You intend to hold your energy back, keep it to yourself until this person does the work. And I agree with what you are doing, that you don't want to loop around in old patterns and old habits or get back in and have them run again. They have to come to you when they are ready, because if you come to them and overwhelm them again, they will run and then you will get hurt. But you know this, it's already in your intentions. So until they are ready and they come towards you, which it feels like they are, then you know that they are ready and you can then at that point take them more seriously. So the energy that keeps you together is the 4 of Swords, the Chariot, the Train, and the Hermit. This is giving this feeling of going back and forth, headed towards each other and then running away, and heading towards each other and running away. And this 4 of Swords and the Hermit card are kind of indicating that there's been more than one breakup, or at least more than one huge blowout fight, or not talking to each other, perhaps even seeing other people, because we saw a Man card in there, but that's not going to be for everybody. But what this is giving is what I was just saying, that you're in a loop. But now with your intentions being the Hermit and the Fool, it tells me that you are stopping that pattern. You're done with that pattern. You are done like dinner with that pattern. And if this person comes towards you in the correct way, in an authentic way, but they are. The cards are telling me that they are. So I feel like if they come towards you and it feels right, I would say you could trust it. I would say with the cards are telling me that you can trust that the pattern's about to be broken because your person wants to give you exactly what you have always given to them. So there you go, Aries. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.